Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where last episode we put our realm mostly back together. I think it's pretty much back together. There's maybe a little bit over here that went over to Damat, but I think we actually ended up pushing borders over here, so that's okay. Looks like we got this territory from Rogreb back, so that's wonderful. We can also grab a martial perk here. We'll take sappers. That seems great. Now, we do have a couple of problems here. One, we're very heavily in debt. And honestly, our Hogan isn't endorsing us nearly as much as we'd like. We should absolutely be working on swaying this guy. Two, we have a dangerous faction here. Now, this is probably not the real amount. Let's update that. Okay, it's actually fake at this point. This was a real faction back when the other factions were actively rebelling. Now this is not a real faction for the moment. Okay. These ransoms are absolutely acceptable. They're going to be very useful for pulling us out of debt. We also don't have a tax collector right now, and we should certainly do that. So that was about half of our debt there. We do want to put this guy in as our tax collector, bumping up our income some amount. The main thing that we need to do is get our Hogan on our side. But we can't do too much while we're in debt here. This is 200 gold. I am not going to give him that. This we will accept, though, 100 gold. And the reason I wasn't going to do that is because he was a king that just rebelled. We did end up white piecing one of those, but the other one we enforced demands on, and that seems reasonably fine. We are going to sway him with his loyalty and sense of honor. He liked it. Fantastic. So he gained 10 opinion of us, and that brings his endorsement up to 6.5 out of a possible 21.9. This is declined. And we are in debt right now. We can transfer this guy over to rightful liege, and we should do that. Prisoners can be ransomed. We've got this vassal. He's only a mayor, and I'm going to do that for 30 gold. And then there's this guy, our kinsman there. So, too few spouses. Right. Do we have anyone who's better on stewardship? Not yet. Okay. So that's fine for the moment. We could become a military engineer, and sure, that seems fine. We do need a new chancellor, which will be this guy. Okay, so that looks solid. Sure, we'll tell our own story. That seems fine. So at this point, I'm checking through these. I believe I don't want to. I don't want to spend 500 gold right now. I really don't want to spend 500 gold right now. So that's not going to be a thing. We do still need 2 upgrades here. I believe that was a grand total of 1,000 gold. So that is necessary. Yep, this is acceptable. Cool. So we're 500 gold in debt right now. An apocalyptic inquisition is very rude. And hopefully our Hogan will be happy soon. He's going to gain 30 opinion of us here. Yeah, cull the sheep. Do it. So that brought him up to 44 opinion. He is now nearly optimally endorsing us. Nearly. This ransom is not acceptable. She is a queen. We just got a war here. We're the new target of the Maltese claim on the Emirate of Sicily. What is going on here? How is this at all relevant to us? Who holds this? The Emirate of Sirte. Who is currently down here? Okay, I'm very confused about what this war is. It's for the Emirate of Sicily. We're defending it. We have no allies. I see. Sicily is within our realm. Okay. I see what we've got going on here. Okay. So we can drop our Menat Arms here. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, they're going to stack wipe our 0 Menat Arms. We're going to raise our Menat Arms here then. Sure, we're on speed 5. We should probably drop that to speed 4. So I'm going to do exactly that. Our Men at Arms are going to raise up here. That's only 617 troops. But they're very high quality. I'm going to raise a couple of levy troops as well. We're not going to need many. I just want to bump up our numbers a little bit. 1,000 should do the trick. So we're going to walk in over here. We just discovered mangonels, and that's going to be very useful for us. But first, I want to come over and stack wipe these guys. They are running away rather than finishing their siege. They were moments away from finishing that siege. But let's eliminate that force. Perfect. Yeah, bring in your 75 gold. Absolutely. We're only 295 gold in debt now. This is going to cost us 12 gold to embark. But when we win this, we're going to get 207 gold. So that is pretty decent. That will pretty much bring us out of debt, actually, by the time this siege is done. We'll get some money for the siege. We'll be making a small amount of money over this time. No, that seems fine. We're getting ticking war score right now, but this is going to be done in 4 months, so this should be over. It was very ambitious of them, but I feel like we kind of screwed them over. I don't know how that happened exactly, but presumably there was some sort of conquest or something that happened here. We'll arrange a network of merchants to help us. Perfect. So we have well-provisioned armies. That looks good. We get a new martial perk, which is going to be strategist. We already have gallant, right? Yes, we do. Okay, so we'll grab that. That seems fine. Now, we're already 64. That's definitely a thing. I want to check in on our grandson here. I want to make sure that he is on stewardship education. He might struggle with that, but I still want it. And then I want him to be educated by... Hang on. Yes, I want to change his education. So I want to change the guardian here. I want this to be our current wife and empress. Yes, his grandmother. That'll be fine. So that looks good. We're going to get this siege finished. We are currently about 30 days away from it, and this war will end. Okay, we are currently gout-ridden. That's not great. But this will be a much better succession than our previous succession was. No doubt about that. So we're going to get that 207 gold, disband our troops, and we're now positive in gold, which means that our Menat Arms will begin to reinforce, and that is really solid. This is acceptable. We'll take 10 gold. Cool. So we're currently gout-ridden, and that is a severe penalty to our health. We are in poor health at this moment. Now, when we have a succession, we'll have 3 sons. So, taking a look at that, that is going to be... This guy's going to get Canaan Bornu. This guy's going to get Mali. That's not too bad. Okay, we can work with that. Absolutely. That's not going to mess up our own personal domain, so I'm okay with this. Sounds great. We are going to penalize these plague trials. Sounds good. And we still are interested in getting gold at this point, right? We've got a fair amount that we need. Actually, a lovely picnic seems fine. We've got a fair amount of gold that we still need here. The renowned antelope hide was destroyed. Okay, we should probably take a look at our court artifacts here. Yeah, there's not a lot going on there. Okay, what is this? I don't really care about this. Sure. And distrust of friendship again? Yep, I don't care about that either. We can hold court, and let's do that. We'll gesture for the first in line to approach, and we're going to gain 350 prestige, but I don't really want that cultural acceptance to change, so let's not do that. Control level in Seno would go up. Make Seno South a temple holding. Where is Seno South? Hang on. Find title. Where are you? This barony isn't created, so this would be a free temple holding? Do it. Sounds good. And we would get a weak hook on this guy, but he would get protected title revocation, which I don't want to do. Is it not enough to be a Fama? So get out of here. We'll get 55 legitimacy for that. We just want to keep our legitimacy up above 4, right? So that'll be okay. No problem there. Now, we are reinforcing our Men at Arms, and that is quite expensive at this time. We're going to want to get rid of our existing onagers and replace them with mangonels. We'll definitely take that 10 gold. So these are stationed over here right now. I'm going to destroy this regiment. And we're going to create a new Men-at-Arms regiment of mangonels. So we're going to create that. We'll need 6 additional gold. We'll have that very shortly. So we'll create that as soon as this month tick happens. We're missing 5 gold now. We only got 1 gold on that month tick. Okay, that's exciting. Our money is for me. Okay, so there's going to be crumbling walls for 20 years, but we get 300 gold. And we absolutely want that 300 gold. That will allow us to max out these mangonels and station them here. Perfect. So that looks fine. At this point, we can ransom this person for 20 gold. We do still need 1,000 total gold in order to get these upgrades done. Hybrid culture has been formed. That seems okay. Cool. So we're still working on our development over here in Waradugu, which is relatively fine. There's a lack of sheriffs out over here, though, and we should absolutely be working on that. So we'll get that done. I want to move this guy up here next. There we go. And up here as well. There we go. Cool. So I want all of these to have their control levels be going up. There's also deserting levies here. Yeah, so deserting levies here. There is deserting levies here. And there's still that lack of sheriffs over here. So we're going to need to work our way through a lot of this. That's okay. We've got about a year up in Banifing, and we've got that apocalyptic inquisition going on. Yeah, that's a little grim. No doubt about it. Minus 50% holding taxes until 1151. I don't know if it's possible to remove that corruption. I don't know if that's even considered a corruption. We'll see if we manage to get rid of that. Okay. We just inherited a prize ring and a fine heirloom. That sounds good. We're not going to ransom our vassal here, but we can probably equip some of this. This is going to be expensive to repair. And I don't know that we really care to. There is this that gives us learning and a health boost. That I'll probably repair. Okay. And then we've got a Memory of Gao here. I mean, courtly vassal tax contribution. But we're probably just going to destroy a lot of these. So this duck feather, I'm going to destroy. That's 40 gold. This prize ring, number of knights is nice. I mean, spouse and powerful vassal opinion is nice. We can't destroy it, so that's fine. And the Memory of Gao, I think, is okay to destroy. We'll take the 80 gold. The prize ring will probably just repair eventually. But for now, this is okay. So control level here is going up by 1 per month and 1 per month. That's absolutely fantastic. We're very, very glad to see that. Development in Kong North is going up just passively. Waradugu is currently at 23. That's looking great. This is going up by 1 per month here and by 2 per month here. Okay. Looks good. No, I'm very, very pleased about that. Our spouse is attempting to invest things. We're going to save it for now. That gives us 300 additional gold, so 600 total. That allows us to upgrade this blacksmith. This is the final upgrade that we need to do here. I chose to do the blacksmith first because that will slightly increase our tax from this province. Emphasis on slightly. So that's good. We are definitely working our income up. We're up to 29.3. Have we fully reinforced our men at arms now? Yes, we have. So that looks great. Our accolades are in a okay state. Let's make sure that these all have successors. They do. So no problem with the accolades at this point. So all we need to do is get our final construction done here, which we're only lacking 270 gold for. That's under a year away. We get these controls worked up. That sounds good. And I'm guessing that we're not going to be able to cleanse off this apocalyptic inquisition, is my theory. We'll find out. This is going to be maxed out very, very shortly. Okay, it is now maxed out, and yeah, that didn't cleanse out. So that's not shocking. That's just going to be minus 50% holding taxes for a while here. That's rough, to be sure, but it's not the end of the world. So next up, let's go in Felona, where we still have these deserting levies. Yeah, see, that's labeled as a county corruption, whereas this is not. That was an event, so that's fine. There's a martial perk available, and we'll grab Serve the Crown. Natural Dread and additional control growth of 0.3 per month. That's solid. I like it. So we do still have a lack of sheriff's county corruption here. So both of these have a county corruption. We just got 300 additional gold. That is our final barracks upgrade. Perfect. We can now start to think about pushing our borders at this point. From dust, huh? We're going to spare no expense to rebuild. Absolutely. 150 gold that we don't actually need at this moment. I want to check in, though. How long until we get bailiffs? 5 years? We should probably save our gold for that. Okay. That's reasonably fine. We can do small wars, though. Yes, show in this Fama and his 125 gold. I love it. So we just cleansed off this county's deserting levies corruption. To that end, I'm going to move over to Worodugu because there is still a county control, or rather a county corruption to cleanse off here. And Felona is very close to maxed. In fact, Worodugu is close to maxed as well at this point. But I do want to get this lack of sheriffs cleansed off. So that should happen very soon here. There we go. Lack of sheriffs is gone, and we're going to get this maxed. This is going to be maxed on the month tick as well. Looks good. Checking over the rest of these, they don't have any county corruptions. Beautiful. So there is all of that debt problem dealt with. Excellent. So at this point, we probably want to start thinking about pushing our borders. Look at this. This is broken up over here. We've got Adal and Damat. And Damat is currently having major issues. Okay. Maybe some people that we can invite to our court here. This guy has 30 reasons not to. He's as liege as Ferris, and I think that means that I'm not going to work on that. Let's try up in Adal. This is much less war-torn, although it's still pretty war-torn, let's be honest. And let's take a quick look at what we've got available here. A lot of female claimants and 155 reasons. Okay, that's reasonably fine. What about... This is an Empire tier realm over here. Okay. We're going to have to look at the kingdom title of Egypt. We need 4 provinces for that only. I'm thinking about going for this. That would give us 1 province. And then there's this guy over here, and we can go after some territory over this way. So if we declared on this guy... Ooh, yeah, that's a solid claim. Who else do we have? 750 and 750 for all of them. Okay, so it's the same claim for all of them. This guy is Cyrenaica, okay, and then this guy is Tripolitania. All of that's fine. He's of a different religion. Let's see if he'll convert. That'll cheapen it for us. And he does. Perfect. So with that in mind, we're going to declare this war, and it's going to be this guy. 375 prestige only. That sounds great. So, up here, absolutely fine. We're going to raise up just Menat Arms. I don't think we need more than that, unless these guys are powerful. Actually, they kind of are. So let's raise up some forces here. Yeah, enemy joins the war. They've got 10k. Sounds good. So we'll raise up about 10k of our own. That's 16k. Maybe a little bit more than anticipated. I'm going to split off a siege force here, and that's going to be about like that. We're going to put together this guy. We're slightly negative on our income right now, but that's okay. Is this a castle? That's a city. Okay. So we would go up over here and start a slow siege. We'll see where their forces at. Oh. Oh my. That is quite the plague. They're going to have a hard time getting through that plague without significant loss. Yeah, they've already lost 1,000 troops. Okay, well, good timing, I guess. That was accidental. I saw that there was a bunch of plague popping up over here, but I didn't expect it to be this. That's insane. Absolutely nutty. There's also a fair amount of plague down here, but it seems to be sticking to the coastline. So for the moment, that's okay. We're inland. Demand artifact. No, get out of here. These sieges are going very quickly. And that is due to sappers. We just seized an artifact. Pharmaceuticals according to Abdullah. Sure. So let's hop down over here next. That's going to be pretty expensive to embark. 79 gold. That's okay. And then these guys were at 60%. Sounds good. We're going to embark them and come down here. That's going to be another 70 gold. That's fine too. I don't mind that. So that's absolutely okay. Pharmaceutical compendium. Nope, we're not going to do that. We actually just got one. So we're going to equip this. That sounds great. A disease resistance, small boost, and plague resistance. That's great. So we're currently in poor health. We're still gout ridden. Are there no sick houses? Indeed. So let's go grab Tobruk real quick and also land in Sirte. And that should, in theory, I think finish the war. In all honesty, we might never actually fight these guys. And they lost another 1,000 troops to plague. So there's that. We're going to move these guys up over here, but it's probably unnecessary. They're going to finish up this siege, and by the time they get here, I expect the war to be over. That was only worth 10%. I don't actually want them to go by sea. Go by land, please. I don't want to spend the money. So we'll see how this goes. This may only be worth 10%, and if so, that's actually enough that they would accept this. Do it. Beautiful. So that territory is now under our control. Perfect. That was not a particularly complicated war, but that did give us an additional location in Egypt. Now, Nicaea here, their territory here is considered to be in Egypt. As a hypothetical, we could attack the Emirate of Sinai. That would give us 3. This would be 13,000. Alternatively, we could attack this guy who has 8,000, conquering a duchy down here. This would give us 3 as well. That would give us enough to create the kingdom and do de jure claims on all of this. Consider it done. Absolutely consider it done. So we're going to raise up forces here. I'm not expecting this to be too significant. We'll raise about 8,000 men-at-arms and or rather 8,000 levies and our standard men-at-arms. So this is all looking good. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6, 7, and 8. That'll do. And our men-at-arms, so in we go. And we'll station besiegers here in Dakhla, probably, or we'll just stick together. Honestly, we'll probably just stick together. These are going to be pretty quick sieges. We've got much better siege weapons, and we've got sappers, so we should be able to just siege this very, very quickly. Perfect. We're going to walk up over here next. I have no idea where his army is, but we're going to get ticking very quickly. So ticking war score will be phenomenal. And we'll just continue to get war score up here in, like, the Giza, Cairo area. Looks beautiful. No problem whatsoever. We just want to get Egypt under our control at this point. And we're really close to being able to do it. So we have a martial perk available, and we can grab a man's home or strict organization. I think we'll grab controlled territory defender advantage. It doesn't really matter, but it's fine. So these are not worth a huge amount, right? But they are worth some. Are there no sick houses? Indeed. That is spending all of our piety, but whatever. Decline that artifact. You don't get it. Okay, we're going to walk up over this way. We're at 263 gold right now, which is not a tremendous amount of gold. Keep in mind we're going to have bailiffs very, very soon. We're about 20 months away from that. So we should probably not do too much war here, to be honest. Because cash is going to be a bit of a concern. That said, this war might actually be profitable for us, depending on what we get from captures and what we end up salvaging from these sieges. which that one apparently we didn't get anything from. Sad. Well, let's go up to Giza. This is apparently a mosque here. Interesting. And that is now sieged. We're going to head over to Cairo. We're at 72% war score. Ticking is on our side at this point as well. And Cairo is sieging incredibly quickly. We do have a dangerous faction here. And what is this? Liberty? This is ambitious. You do have a daughter, but you wouldn't accept this because you are the wrong religion. Let's demand her conversion. She'll probably not accept it, but she might. She'll do it for a hook. No, I'm not going to bargain for your soul. So instead, we're going to take a look out over here. Perhaps we could do a son marriage? Nope, we cannot. Although we could marry her ourselves if she converts. She has a 74% chance. There we go. She's named the Ill-Tempered. I'm sure this is going to go well. She'll accept this, and we're going to head out over here. That should deal with this Liberty faction. We are even worse now. Go away. I want to rest. So we're probably going to die fairly soon and have another succession. This war is now over. We'll enforce those demands. And we'll disband these troops. Okay. So that looks good. Now, of course, we want to create the title of Egypt, but we don't have the gold for it. So this is acceptable. This is... sure. What is all this? They deserve proper funerary rites. Sure. 50 gold. So that allows us to create the title of Egypt. Done. So we now have de jure claims on this guy. So de jure duchies here, here, and here. And then Nicaea, we have de jure duchies. That's Conquer Duchy. We have de jure duchy here in Sinai. And this guy is our de jure liege. Or our de jure vassal, rather. This guy is our de jure liege. Yes, that's definitely the way this goes. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to get a new building slot in all of these locations. And we're really going to need cash for that. I'm going to immediately switch us over to wealth focus. And we'll start working on that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.